All right, hi everyone. Doing something a little differently today. I mentioned on my Twitter a while back that I shared some music from Okami on Twitter, and mentioned at the time that I had actually gone and been in a video game music orchestra that I had done some arranging for in the past, and maybe thought to share some. So this is my first video trying to do that. So what I've pulled up here is a short medley for small ensemble that I've titled "A Parting of Ways." Now, this medley of mine has never actually been performed in concert before. It has some backstory to it, and that kind of explains what was going on. So I was, so I was in this video game orchestra called the Gamer Symphony Orchestra at the University of Maryland for about 6 years while I was pursuing my PhD there. And I ended up dropping out of the orchestra after my 6th year because I thought I was getting pretty close to finishing the PhD. That's another story. But at the same time I was wrapping up my time in the GSO, our two conductors who had been co-conductors for the past 3 years or so were also due to graduate because they were seniors at the time. And after one rehearsal or so early in spring semester, they were kind of prepping everyone, this was their last semester. And this idea hit me, try to arrange a small ensemble for them to perform. And because it was also my last semester, I wanted to make sure I could perform with this small ensemble as well. And I ended up finding something that I thought worked really nicely. So our two conductors, one of them was a violinist whose favorite games were the Legend of Zelda series. The other was a clarinetist whose favorite games were the Pokemon series. And then me, I played cello, and my favorite game at the time was Okami. I think I mentioned on Twitter that I'd actually started trying to do another Okami medley as my very first arrangement for the orchestra way back when I started, and it was way too hard for me. But I love Okami. I've actually done another small ensemble arrangement from Okami and a piano solo from Okami. Anyway, so those are the kind of 3 instruments, 3 people, 3 games that I was basically making this arrangement for. So as you go through this, I'll play it in a moment. We'll go through this. You'll hear the end credits for Twilight Princess with the melody on violin for the one violinist conductor who liked the Legend of Zelda games. And again, this is the kind of the credits farewell scene from Twilight Princess where Midna goes through the mirror and breaks it as she's leaving. Spoiler alert, sorry about that. Then I also have after that, there is End's Farewell from Pokemon Black and White, and I put that on clarinet for the conductor there. And then I finish with kind of the parting song from Okami, which actually I don't have my notes with me right now. It's been so long since I've actually played Okami. I don't remember the title of the piece or exactly what the plot was for it. But actually that piece I think works very well with End's Farewell, harmonically speaking. Working in the Legend of Zelda harmonies to the other two was a lot more difficult. But yeah, as you'll go through, I introduce stuff with the violin, and even though I go into End's Farewell on clarinet and then the Okami piece on cello, the other melodies I tried to mesh into this medley while those others were being featured. And I honestly, just because of, all 3 of us leaving the orchestra at the time, having our own favorite games with our own instruments here, I really liked this ensemble. And both of the conductors were actually incredibly pleased when I sent them this sheet music and a audio sample for them to listen to. The only reason this piece never really got played is because neither conductor wanted to perform in our small ensemble concert that semester. They were more interested in kind of being on the selection committee and focusing on that sort of stuff. And I couldn't find replacement players in time to really get this small ensemble audition for our small ensemble concert. As such, I think that's why I've kind of chosen to make this the first of my arrangements that I want to share with you guys here on YouTube, and actually kind of have this piece debut and perform for the wider world to listen to. So I hope you guys enjoy what I've titled here as Parting of Ways, a medley for almost string quartet and piano, just with one of the violins replaced with the clarinet. So let me actually go to full screen here, I think. Can I do that? Full screen, there we go, yeah. And, oh, that doesn't zoom in much, does it? Anyway, yeah, I will go ahead and start the piece.